Sup, playa? What it do? We're here for our extended reading. It is Monday, so we are getting our anchor message that is going to flavor the rest of the week. And so we kick off the week with Two of Swords. So this is a card that depicts sort of a stalemate in energy. So you see how the person here is sort of got their arms and their legs crossed in front of them, and the two swords are crossed. And so this is a situation that can be described in a few different ways. So one might be that you have conflicting thoughts or conflicting opinions about a thing, and they both like kind of weigh equally, and you're having a hard time making a decision. So you're having a hard time choosing between one thing or another thing. This could also be a card that signals that you have hidden conflicting desires. And so in Kabbalah, they teach about a hidden conflicting desire. So like in your conscious perception, say, this is a really easy example to understand. You want a relationship, but you keep attracting emotionally unavailable people. So you think that you really want a relationship. So you're like, why am I, only attracting like people that aren't really available? I'm like really ready for a relationship, or at least you think so in your mind. But what you don't realize is that in this example, the person has a hidden desire that is afraid that opening their heart up to a relationship might be like a devastating mistake or something for them. So their subconscious and their ego get together to kind of put in program like this operating system in place to make sure that you avoid a relationship or like a love experience to protect you from getting hurt, right? So then you don't realize why, but your subconscious is like sending out signals to attract someone who's emotionally unavailable. So that is a hidden conflicting desire. Another great example is like you may have a conscious desire to get in shape, but then you might have a hidden conflicting desire to stay out of shape because you may have a belief that by not being seen or like hiding or something might keep you safe. That has been something that I've heard people say before, and that is a great example of like something that they're not aware of, but that's hiding under the surface that is a conflict that is causing a conflict and preventing their manifestation to come through. Another thing that I thought of kind of for the first time today, and that the message that first rushed through to me as I was like looking at this card when it flipped over this morning was that we can, like at certain points of our life, the lesson and the path to evolution and expansion of consciousness is to be more objective and to try to see all sides of a situation. And so we have to get to that point where we can look at all sides of a situation. However, if we get too far away from being aware of what we think and feel in our own opinions, then we've kind of deluded ourselves and we've like lost ourselves into the collective, into the universal, right? So maybe at another point in life, the lesson or the way to expand the consciousness or to evolve, like the assignment this time is to be more subjective and less objective. So I think in this particular case, we have become so overly balanced in being able to see both sides of a situation that it makes it really hard to just make a clear-cut choice about something. So we're kind of losing ourselves in that universalism, and what we need to do is say, you know what, fuck objective, fuck objective, yeah. What do I want? What do I feel? Like, what do I need? Like, what do I desire? Like, don't worry about anything else or like, well, it could go this way or it could go that way or whatever. Don't worry about all that noise. Just like tune into the heart and see where the heart's like deepest, truest desire is leading you. What do you think? What do you want? Because your opinions and desires and perceptions and, wants matter. You have been made your own person in with a unique set of needs and wants and desires for a reason. Those seeds were planted in you for a purpose. They drive you in a way that drives you towards something that you're supposed to do or supposed to have or supposed to work toward or something. So in a way, there's wisdom hidden in the desires that we have or the urges that we have. I mean, some of them are unhealthy, so we have to know how to discern like what needs to be healed and what needs to be tweaked or balanced, and what is kind of put in our into our soul to yearn for a purpose and a reason. And so I think in this particular case, it's important to really get in touch with like what you want, what you desire, know your own mind, and make up your mind. Okay, so know your own mind, because I think we were talking about this in another reading. It was like a longer one, maybe it was like the week forecast, or something recently. We were talking about know your own mind and know your own desires and be the master of your own domain, because if you don't, other people will want to tell you what to do. They'll want to do it for you. So know your own mind. And if you're having a hard time making a decision, try to make up your mind. And just know that like if you mess up, whatever, like we're not gonna have a perfect score in this life, all right? Nothing is gonna go so horribly wrong that you can't like bounce back or fix it or move on or live to tell the tale or whatever. So no pressure. It's just all a learning experience, right? So let that pressure wash away. And also ask yourself, like, what if there was no right or wrong answer? Like, what if it wasn't like someone up there somewhere was like waiting for us to like choose the right thing? It's just like dealer's choice, or like it's up to you. It's your choice, but you have to own that choice, and you really have to jump in with both feet and not look back. It has to be like with certainty and not scattered like, well, this, no. So that's what's getting you in the stalemate, right? So just choose with certainty and go for it and see how it goes. And if it goes poorly, then try plan B. Like, not the end of the world, right? There was something else I was going to say about, and also I think sometimes we avoid making a decision or a choice, and we want our choice to be like, I don't want to make a choice, because I think we're trying to shuck responsibility or avoid having to like own making a mistake, or what if we made the wrong choice, right? So just be comfortable owning your choice, and if it turns out not ideal, whatever, like try something else, right? So take responsibility for yourself, be the master of your own ship, steer your own ships, point yourselves in the direction that you want to go in, and take authority over your life, right? So also if there's something that's plateaued or whatever, or come to a stalemate or lost momentum, maybe just put a little bit more attention and focus into that again, and see if that acts as a catalyst to get things moving along. All right, but yeah, put your focus and energy into like what really lights you up, what lights your heart up, and what is most valuable and important to you. And don't worry about the rest of it. Just let the chips fall where they may, surrender, let go, and I don't know. I mean, it's all crazy out there anyway these days anyway. What is life anymore? We're just keep on going on. We're just going to keep on keeping on. Okay, let's pull one straightforward oracle card. Just to see what's going to come up. This is an emotional issue to overcome. Okay, so yeah, I think that there may be a conflicting desire hidden beneath the surface, that the ego is playing on you right now, and it's probably telling you that it's trying to be all like cool and responsible and nice and like try to protect you, but it's probably just keeping you small. And it's avoiding the expansion because the ego thinks that it's going to be taken out. Okay, I'm going to read the card. This is an emotional issue to overcome. Your emotions are in control. So your emotions are in control. And actually, it's we that need to be in control of our emotions. So this is part of the situation to overcome. So your emotions are in control of you right now. They need to be balanced with dispassionate practicality. Listening to your emotions is not the same as listening to your heart. Your emotions are mutable like water. This will pass. Get regular exercise and do things that naturally stimulate your mood, and you might feel differently. An emotional wound? I can't read that. An emotional wound or expectation is having too much influence over the situation. Oh, I think I just wrote that really rapidly and just misspelled a bunch of stuff. An emotional wound or expectation is having too much influence over the situation, and it's not healthy and will cause issues. Your emotions are in the driver's seat and they are out of balance. Temper your feelings with rational, clear, level-headed reason. The surface of the waters are choppy and hiding the true feelings underneath. Allow the storm to pass. Your emotions are creating more chaotic energy. The situation that you are contemplating is causing you to cycle through indecision and uncertainty. Oh, the situation that you are contemplating is causing you to cycle through indecision and uncertainty. Oh, that's like the Two of Swords card that we just had. To break free from this cycle, realize that you have been making your choices based on emotion, and it is better to spend some time reflecting on this issue in a purely rational way and make your choice based on logical reason. Graciously giving and receiving, open and boundaried, receiving, graciously giving and receiving, open and boundaried, healthy awareness, and comfort with emotions. Okay, so overall, I think that one of the underlying messages of this is that, you know, our emotions change, and sometimes we're moody, and sometimes we're happy, and sometimes we're up, and sometimes we're down, and the emotions make us feel things. But in order to discern the heart, you have to get into that frequency that the heart is just always at, and pay attention to what lives in my heart all the time. What's consistently there? What's true to me in my heart? My feelings will change moment to moment. They're like the weather. But what is like true in your heart and has like like it's gonna be durable or long lasting, that's different from necessarily the emotions that just change with the mood, right? So pay attention to what is in your heart of hearts and what's always living there and what seems to just be there, almost like taking on a life of its own, something that like lives in our soul. And we know what those things are. There are those things that are like dearest and nearest to us, the dreams that we cherish, like the stuff that just never changes. It's always there and it's almost like a part of us or whatever. But yeah, pay attention to those things, and that's where you're going to want to lean that energy to get out of the stalemate of the Two of Swords. All right, you guys, I am looking forward to a hot shower and some really good food. I'm gonna watch something. I've been watching The Chilling Tales of Sabrina. I watched Anne with an E again recently and I finished it. And so now I'm on to Chilling Tales of Sabrina. I really like that show too. It's just like a good throw it on so you don't have to like make any choices or whatever. Think about it too hard. All right. Hope you have a good night. Sweet dreams. Ciao.